हेलो 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 माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। भाई कैसे हैं आप लोग? तो भाई यहाँ से अपन पजल से शुरू करते हैं। तो दिस इज द फर्स्ट पजल ऑफ द डे। लुक्स लाइक माय बिशप इज इन ट्रबल, डू यू सी हाउ? आई थिंक आई कैन प्लेस माय क्वीन हियर, थ्रेट फॉर mate and take his bishop. Yep, that's the way. Another puzzle. So it's white to move and you can play checkmate soon. Is this not a mate? No, king can go here. Check and mate. That's the way. Okay. The hint is that we can win his rook if a pawn push. Check. If I if I play pawn push, attack his rook, and then knight here. No. Check. King goes here. King goes here. Check. If king goes here, that's a check. I can take his rook. If king goes here, still I can attack his rook, and rook does not have any place to go. Okay, that's the way. Oh, we completed level 6. Moving on to another level. Streak of 3. Okay, if I just take this pawn, pawn takes, but there is no mate. I think I can just take this pawn. Why he can't take it? Because queen can sit here. Without giving check, I think I should place my queen here. I should go for check and take this pawn. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है आज? अभी स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट करी है इसलिए धीरे धीरे लोग ज्वाइन होंगे, सन्नाटा हट जाएगा. So it's white to move. I think check, king goes here. What if I just take this pawn also and then queen check and I can take that? Yeah. No, incorrect. Rook takes, because now I can just take this with check and then I thought of that but didn't play it that. If I just take his knight, bishop takes, bishop. If I just take his knight, bishop takes bishop. Queen takes, queen takes, rook takes. Or before rook takes, I think I can go for check. Yeah, I can take this. So, and this. King take is right. Okay. That was the that was a great tactic. Let's check it again. So I can just take his knight because he can't take it, because if he takes, I can take it back. And if he takes rook, I can take it back and go for check. King needs to move in and I can give him checkmate. But since he took this rook, so his plan was if queen takes, he'll take this and there will be no attack on bishop. But we takes with king and we can take his bishop. Okay, there was two plans. We saw only one. Okay, there's a bishop check. Knight comes in between. Or I can just take his bishop first. Just take his bishop first. Bishop check and bishop check. And I think knight check, but king can escape. Knight check, king goes here. After that, I do not have any check. What if I just give him check with uh, queen and king takes bishop? Let's give him this check and I can take queen. That's the way. Okay, so squares are blocked for king. If I go for this check, knight will take it. If I take his bishop, queen takes it back and he is already queen up. I can go for this check. Okay. Bishop can't take it because if bishop takes queen. So this check, king goes in. King goes in. So if I just take that pawn, attacking rook, bishop takes. What if I just bring my bishop in between? Or maybe if I just attack his queen, queen cannot go here, queen cannot go here. But attack his queen is the way. And take his queen. Okay, that was the way. It's white to move. White to move, I can just take this pawn. Queen takes it. Or king takes it. King takes it. I can go for check. If king takes it, I can just take this pawn. And or maybe just go for check. Let's take it first. Okay, queen takes it, offering him queen exchange. If I just take this rook, I do have this check, and only option was king in between. And I do have this check now, and I can take his rook. Okay, so that is the way. That's how tactics are very important to do. So this is a check. I can take his rook, and if king takes it, there is queen on board. Why? Okay, because he can also make queen. So I just need to move, and I can queen first. So let's move on to rapid now. So first rapid of the day, target is 2350 for today. We are already double 278. So आ जाएगा मजा. I think I've played with this guy. Pawn push, knight goes back. Knight activation, I can go for castle because his plan is to bring his rook here. And after king goes in, there is threat on this. He does not want me to castle. Now I cannot castle because this pawn is under attack by queen. I can do this double push. If pawn takes, queen takes it. And if he goes for check, I do have maybe this check. Yeah, that's a pawn push. I'm giving him this because I can bring my rook here. So that's a threat. If bishop takes, okay, that's a queen take, making place for my king. If queen takes, I can move my king on d1. Also, I can go for check, take his bishop, and nothing is there after that. But I think if he bring his bishop here, my bishop can activate, or maybe I can go for bishop can activate here, offering him exchange, take it back with pawn only, and then I'll go for castle. Also, the plan is to bring my rook on d1 in support of knight. Sorry, f1 in support of knight. If he bring his rook here, I can go here. Plan is to just take this pawn because he cannot push this. And if he goes for queen exchange, I'm fine with that. If bishop here, knight can activate forward to go for that bishop. Also closing this file. But king will be open, so I need to think on that. But king will be open, but he cannot do anything like this check. Maybe bishop activates, bishop takes, pawn takes. So yeah, knight can go here. Threat is to take his bishop. Also, I can take that pawn. Knight is supported by bishop, and this check is blocked. If queen check, bishop here, bishop takes, pawn takes. Supporting pawn, supporting knight, as well as there is attack on this pawn. Queen attack on that side if queen moves here. Okay, knight is going for my piece. Queen. Maybe I can just place my queen on c3, attacking bishop, and as they say at the same time I'm just winning his queen, or just queen goes back is the much better option. Queen goes back. Plan is I can just take this. If queen takes, I can go for pawn push. Okay, I can play here, also double attacking that pawn at the same time. Knight takes pawn and also defending this. Yeah, queen here was the better option. Now knight goes here, queen takes bishop, and that's just a pawn push. So I think he is going to sack. We'll get three piece for king queen now. One knight, one bishop, and one rook. Let's see if he will do that or not. Now I can just take that pawn, attack on queen. He can go for check. I can take his knight. Yeah, plan is same, right? Knight check, pawn takes. He takes my queen, king takes. Knight take is the right move. And if queen takes, rook here. Also, if bishop takes, still I can take his queen. So he needs to go for queen defense first. And I can just take this. If he takes this, I can go for check or not. Maybe just a pawn push, I think looks good. Just take his bishop. He takes my knight. I can go for check and take that pawn. Bishop takes rook here. Rook can take that pawn. First like me. Thanks, Prashant, bro. Welcome to the stream. I think defending knight looks good. Yeah, defending knight. If bishop takes, I can play rook here. भाई भूल तो नहीं गया मैं बिल्कुल बिल्कुल नहीं भाई इंस्पिरेशन वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम बहुत टाइम बाद है cannot go here if I go here yep but bishop will get blocked and if I go here he can just take that pawn so I think bishop block is the only thing that I need to do if he takes this rook here now he need to defend his bishop okay free piece na if bishop takes knight knight takes it back yep I can do that whoa what a brilliant move क्या बात है यार that was a brilliant move he played very well ओपनिंग बताओ वाइल वाइट और ब्लैक से सो करंटली व्हाट यू आर प्लेइंग I should have castled. That was my mistake in the last game. Castle and everything was safe. Pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, knight activation, and bishop pinning queen. Pawn takes, still bishop takes, and bishop takes, queen takes. I can take this also. If pawn take, there is check. No, pawn takes. Bishop activation for check. First, I think I should take his knight. Bishop activation for check, and then queen joins in. Bishop takes, queen takes. If queen in between, queen takes. King here. Yeah, that's the way. Okay, so knight takes, bishop check. If I just take this, queen can activate here. So first thing is first bishop check. Then I can just take his knight. If bishop takes bishop, knight takes it. And if bishop goes for this, I can just give him check. No. Bishop goes for this. I think I should attack his bishop because taking that bishop is just a mistake. Attack his bishop. If he takes this or this, I can just take his bishop with check. And if pawn push, okay. I can now go either for either of the piece. So knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes knight, bishop takes bishop, and I can go for this pawn. And he will go for long castle, and I need to go for short castle. Defending that pawn, I'll not go for short castle because rook can simply come here, and bishop is already attacking that. exchanged. Pawn push. He'll go for this pawn push. I'll place my rook here. He'll take. I'll take. Going for that pawn. But he's piece up. I need to take this draw. Let's see how we can do it. And if I go here, I think instead I should go for double push to attack his rook. If it bishop takes rook, I can take his rook. And if he try to defend, I can just attack his bishop. Resign. He's playing very good. Good end game. I should slow down now. If we need to win, I need to slow down because I made a blunder. That's why I was pieced down after that. Making a blunder against 22 plus pawn castle. Check. Okay, bishop takes, knight takes. Pinning him. Take this and just bishop goes back. Take this, knight takes and bishop goes back. Very hard, but knight can still take, na? What I did, I lost a piece again. Pushing his knight back. I'll place my queen here, going for that pawn again. Knight here. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Another rook joins the game. Knight here, going for that pawn. Got a piece. Let's go. Attacking queen, and I can take his bishop because knight is already attacking that. Just need to wait. Hello, hello. Good evening, Master. Welcome to the stream. Almost forgot to give you the like. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, that's a check, and I can take his queen. I'm fine, thank you. How about you? How was your day? Normal, nothing special. Knight takes knight. If pawn takes, knight takes it back. So I'll just go for this pawn first. Knight check, I can take it. This guy realized he doesn't have the lady. Yeah. Now he does not have anything after this. If he exchange queen against rook, queen against knight. Let's go. Moving on to another game. Playing against 2 3 3 4. Okay. That's my favorite pattern. We'll take all of our forces on. I'll go for castle, and my king is safe in the corner now, but his king is not because my all the forces are attacking him now. I do have square, right? Will he sack like knight sack, pawn takes, bishop sack, bishop takes? RE8 is the only one. RC8 was the another. Knight to attack bishop. Yes, knight goes to attack bishop. If he double push, I can just take it back. And this rooks are connected, so nothing wrong. If he sacks also. H6 look the best here. H6. H6, knight goes here. Or knight goes here. Let him sit there. I do not have any problem with that knight right now. So that's why no H6 for now. If pawn push, bishop goes back. There is no problem. Another pawn attacking bishop, then pawn push to attack. Should I go for attack right now? No, I think I should first defense. B5, B4, nice plan. Yeah. B5, B4, bishop takes knight. Pawn takes bishop. He will defend his bishop. And okay, he just went here. Can I just pawn push and place my knight here? Or should I continue with the attack? I think I should continue with the attack. I do not have any problem. But he will go for bishop exchange now. And I can place my bishop takes, rook takes. Now I think attacking his knight. Knight goes here. So I don't need to exchange for now. If knight goes back, that is the worst position, I think. Knight will never come back if I just do a pawn push. And my plan is to push this pawn. Knight goes here. Knight will go here. That's the plan. Bishop takes g6. Bishop takes g6. H6 takes knight. Bishop goes back. Rook defending that pawn. And now our rook in the game. Our knight in the game, sorry. Or should I just continue with the pawn push? Pawn push. Bishop will go here. No, not pawn push right now. We have to give up. We will be exchanged now. So if I just do this pawn push, I don't know, but this pawn push makes sense to me. And the knight looks bad. It will activate here. It can activate here. So this push, bishop back, attack on knight. Knight goes here. This bishop attack, and knight sits back. This push or just this push, pawn takes. Knight here. Knight is not backing that one. This push. This push looks good. जयराज भाई टैक्टिकली इतने स्ट्रांग कैसे हो? बाय सॉल्विंग पजल मैं तो ओपोनेंट की साइकोलॉजी से गेम जीतता हूँ. एंड द नाइट लुक्स बैड. बिशप हियर. Knight attacking bishop. And if I just make a pawn push, Pawn takes, knight goes here. Or if just this pawn push, he'll go for this pawn. Knight goes back is the way to defend that pawn. Yes, knight goes back is the way to defend that pawn. And after this pawn push, we are safe. This pawn push, pawn takes, pawn takes. Yeah, it looks good. Pawn push. A3 and I can just pack him. But why it is required? I can continue with the pawn push. Bishop goes here. Attacking is bishop. Rook will sit here. I can double up my rook or just continue with this pawn push. Or maybe I should. I just need one exchange now. Bishop goes back to move rook away. And then I may continue with the pawn push. Bishop to f8. Yes. That's the way. Pushing his rook away and I can continue with push. If rook goes here, push. Bishop here, push again. Bishop takes rook. Pawn takes rook. Bishop going for another rook is not possible. And I can take the another pawn with check. Yeah, pawn push. C5. Bishop attacking rook now. And I'll go for C4. Can I not just take this? Take this n% rook here. Bishop attacking rook again. And can continue with the pawn push. Or maybe instead of just exchange now, I can activate my knight here. Knight here, bishop takes, rook takes. Bishop f8. Thanks, bhai. Thanks for that, Akash. Okay, knight here. Bishop takes, rook takes. ठीक है चलो. Knight here, bishop here, knight here. Bishop takes. Okay, he just went for that. ठीक है. Now bishop here, bishop will take it. And I do have 3 pawns on the highest rank. I just need to exchange things and I'm winning. Okay, takes. And king goes forward. Check, pawn push. I know he will take, but I can also take. And after that, rook, king sits here, attacking rook. So his rook cannot go back on this open file, rook on open file. And I can just close him and check, take that pawn is the way. Yes. Okay, rook, if rook not there, then here, then I can go for pawn, this pawn. This is winning. No, it's not draw, it's winning for me. So king here, king here, king here. After stopping this, I will find out another way. King here. If he goes for this, king here, he will give another check, maybe. And king here. Yep. King here. He takes this pawn. I can take this. And if he does not, I can go for just check and go for those pawns. And rook takes, go for check, take that pawn. Rook here goes go for check, take that pawn. Now we have queen in two moves, but he does not. Rook here and rook here. I can take this pawn with check. White is winning or draw. Okay. Why I don't think this? Why I don't think the same? Why I can see just winning? Come on, yaar. How it is draw? Just think on it. Now that's a pawn push, and he'll make queen. I will make knight with check. Can I make knight? I can. Can I just take his queen? If I just take his queen, king takes this, or just make queen. Just make knight. If I just make knight, that's winning. Still a draw. Actually, white is winning. Okay. Yeah, he's winning. You are right. Actually, I tried my best. I thought कि अगर एक piece आ जाएगा, if I get one piece, then I'll win maybe. But he was just single pawn up. If he was just even not a single pawn up, and my knight was having a good place to escape, then maybe told you draw. Yeah, I tried it. I just gave a try. उसको बीच का pawn नहीं देते तो win था. He made two great moves. I know. I know. I was trying to annoy you a bit. No, no, no problem. The stream is for enjoyment only. मेरे से एक गेम खेलोगे जयराज भाई. मेरा नाम जयराज नहीं है. माय नेम इज जय. बिल्कुल खेलेंगे. 23 after 2300. I'll play with subscribers. Anything below 5 minutes unrated. You told 3-minute bits. I'm fine with that. तब तो रात हो जाएगी. नहीं 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 होगी. 3 गेम लाइन से जीतने वाले हैं. 4 गेम. चलो 22 2 90 पे हो जाए तो फिर स्टार्ट कर देंगे. वो ही गेव फ्री पीस. ठीक है. अब तो ये यहीं विन हो गया. दिस गेम इज विन हियर ओनली. What was he thinking? 4 games, 2 hours. No, no, not 2 hours. See, one game is over. We won one game. Now just two more games. So that I'll play with subscribers. Come on, resign, yaar. What is this? 4 games, maybe an hour. Okay. जब फंस जाओ तो एक बार चैट देख लेना. ठीक है. I'll go for exchange everything. Now, bishop here. I'll exchange bishop. Then, then I can exchange knight. Bishop takes knight. Pawn push and pawn push. B3 and C4. Actually, Q takes D7. Okay, now queen here. No, queen cannot go there. Come on, this is a quickie. Quick win. Simple game, exchange everything. Yeah, I'm doing that only. Pawn takes, bishop takes. If I just take this, he can take it back. What about pawn push? Okay, rook here, pawn takes, rook, pawn takes, rook defending that pawn. Rook to c1, yeah. Just take this pawn and I can sit here. If he goes for this, maybe just take this pawn and pawn push with check and queen can sit here. Okay. If that, then bishop defending this pawn now. Bishop takes, bishop takes. Queen here. Bishop takes, queen takes, queen check. Queen cannot take, rook is there. So yeah, queen here. NB4. Where is N? H. Knight to B4. Go here, exchange queens. Check, queen takes. Or just move his queen away. Or maybe, yeah, maybe queen here. Bishop takes, bishop takes. I can go for that check. Yeah, queen here. Looks good. Bishop takes, bishop takes. I can go for that check. Rook cannot come in between. Knight can take. And if king goes back, there is this check. Everything. Rook sag आएगा. I'll go for this pawn instead. I'll take this pawn. Yes, that makes more sense because queen can attack in now. If he plays rook here, that's this check. Alone, I think queen can checkmate there. Nothing else is required. If he goes for that pawn, I can take this pawn with check. Or I can just go here with check. There is one option and checkmate. Q takes e5. Yeah, after that Q takes e5. Come on, yaar, this is resign. Yes, I do, but first I'll complete my target. That is 2300, and after that I'll play with subscribers. It's easy. Come on, make a move. Okay, playing little bit different this time. Activating queen in the game, attacking bishop or offering him exchange at the same time. And I think I should go for bishop activation. If bishop takes, rook queen takes, and if knight activates here, I can take this knight with check, and I can take this pawn, which he saw, and now it's just a pawn push. And if knight activates bishop here, or maybe bishop here now, yeah, bishop here. If he activates another knight, I can go for this check. Bishop takes, bishop takes. He cannot go for short castle after that. I think he's now going to take my knight, and I can take with pawn and go for long castle. Knight cannot go forward, bishop will take it, and he cannot go for short castle now. I can place my queen on g file. Okay, let's just do long castle now. But he can go for long castle now. Okay, now he'll play bishop here. And I needs to offer him exchange. Otherwise, if he takes this, he can go for this pawn also. If he takes this, I can take this, and after rook takes, bishop takes, we are fine. He cannot take this pawn. Now knight activates. Okay, so bishop guarding, bishop goes back, knight activates. Although we are exchanged down now in this game. Hey Sai, welcome to the stream. रुक गया. रुक के बदले में कैसलिंग नहीं कर पा रहा है. So does that worth or not? Knight goes here, looks good. Knight knight activates here. Knight here, knight here. Maybe knight here, knight here. Knight here, knight cannot go here, knight cannot do, is not doing anything from here. What's his plan? King cannot attack bishop, but rook can. Bishop goes back here. Pawn push, bishop goes back here. Knight takes, pawn takes, and that pawn is under attack. Can I not just take that pawn? But he'll go for this. I need to just play it back. Because if I just play one back, he'll push. And after that, again push. Now rook here. If you push, I can take, but cannot take. So first need to move my king. And then rook on f1. Whoa. He just sacrifices. But he's just getting a pawn. That's it. So rook here. And if he takes that pawn, uh, king goes back. Or I think it's endgame. Let's move forward. Rook cannot take. Knight is guarding that pawn. So that's a pawn push and pawn push to move his knight away. And if he moves his knight away, yep, double pawn push. And once he moves his knight away, I can place my king on e3. Threat is to take this pawn. Maybe I can just move my king. Yeah, no. If I just move my king, attack his knight. That's the way. Yeah, move my king, attacking his knight. That pawn is guarded by knight. And a pawn push, so his king cannot come forward. This is very critical position. We need to play very carefully. Knight here. Pawn push, pawn takes, pawn takes. No, he can go for this. So I think king goes forward again. King goes forward. Or knight just goes here. Rook here, knight goes here. Rook goes back. Knight can go here. So yeah, there is a escape square. But should I do that? Knight goes here, rook goes here. Knight goes here, rook goes back. Knight goes here, rook goes here, knight goes here. And rook will sit here. Knight goes here. I am not sure. Or should I just move my king forward? Opponent rook sack गलती से की. Knight goes here. If knight goes for check, king goes forward to attack that knight. And if he just pawn push, I can take that pawn. So knight is not in trouble. It will just move here and there. It's safe until this knight is sitting. By the way, he just got away. Now rook goes here. Knight takes pawn. And pawn push to continue. Pawn takes, pawn takes. King goes forward, rook sits here. Knight trapped. That was the that was not the right way. Rook here. I myself gave my knight to him. Oh, hello, hello. Aspirant, J aspirant. Welcome to the stream. Look here. I can go here and take that pawn. Knight takes this, and if rook goes here, I can push this pawn also. I think I should push this pawn now only. No, his rook will sit here. First, let his rook sit here, and then pawn push. Or maybe I should go for attack his knight. Rook here, pawn push. Rook back here. I'll take that pawn. Knight goes for check. King attacks knight. Okay, that's a check. And I think king attacks knight, and I can start pushing my another pawn. Pawn knight here. Pawn push. He'll push this pawn. King goes forward and pawn push. Okay, I can go for that pawn now. And this pawn too. This is draw. No, you win here. Okay. Win on time. win on time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's how. Double two 8085. One last game. I'll play with subscribers after that. टाइम से बचे। वैसे भी ड्रॉ होता मतलब अगर आई वुड हैव अगर नाइट भी बचता है तो फिर दैट्स अ ड्रॉ एंड गेम। You blundered queen. Also rook check he had. He is double to double nine. Only 1 points away, 2300. So he's tough. He will not play that easy. के पास सब था बस टाइम नहीं। Right. I think I should bring my knight out, then queen out, and go for long castle. Now I will not go for long castle. Let's just short castle. Knight here because he's just going to push this pawn, and my knight will does not have any square forward. Knight to f8. So rook on e8 and then knight to f8. Rook e8, knight f8. Bishop goes here. No, just take that pawn. Knight will take it back, and bishop here. Take that as force. Otherwise, that was a pawn push to f6. Okay, he went with queen take. Now again, I need to make pawn push. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Taji, g6. g6, queen takes f8. f7, sorry, queen takes f7. Okay, what he's thinking? That he can just take that pawn. If bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, pawn takes. And if I just push this, bishop, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, I can take his queen. I can go for push. There is no check with queen also. Yeah, I can go for push and push it again. No, rook can take it. If I move my queen in, I need to take his knight. Offering him queen exchange. And f6 pay lost. Knight to f6 and lost. Okay. Knight to f6. Bishop takes. Okay. I can take his knight. And he cannot go for check also. Yeah, I think I got his knight. There is no check. And this pawn is also secure. And queen goes here. Is a defense to this checkmate also. And this checkmate is not there because knight is guarding that. This checkmate is not there now. Queen is guarding. And I'll go for queen exchange now. Opponent miss knight f6 revert. Okay, sure, I'll do that. I don't think knight to f6 was a lost because that was not a check. Okay, I'll offer him queen exchange now. Queen exchange is force, otherwise I can take his rook. Okay, now knight here. Yes, activating knight. He's offering queen exchange. That was force. I should go for a pawn push now. Defending that pawn also. Now he's just playing faster so he can. Knight here. Knight here, moving his rook. Knight here, rook goes here. Knight here, rook goes back. Or I think let's go for everything exchange now. Rook here and bishop here. Or I just play. I'll play rook here. Rook here. Yes, rook here. Now I'll take it. Another rook can join in. He's lost. Now knight goes here, knight check. Knight goes here, bishop takes, pawn takes. Now king in game, offering him rook exchange after this. I'll exchange everything. This is winning. Knight goes here is also possible. Okay. I'll exchange everything and this is winning. Need to give him one more pawn then. He is deciding to take this. King goes here. If he takes this, I'll move king this way. H4, H5, H6. Knight back, knight back. Take rook, force. Pawn push. Okay, this is design. Good game by him. He played his best actually. I thought I have a piece, but no, that piece was in the corner. I was winning this. This was not supposed to be losing. Check when you play QD7. Let's review this. Let's stop and review this. I think I was winning till the mid game, and even the in the last end games, if I don't exchange rooks, till there it was winning. I should not have gone for rook exchange. I made one blunder, right? That was rook exchange. Because after that he had a piece. Okay, this was a mistake. Best here was just to continue the pawn push. Okay, let me play one more game, then I'll play with subscribers. One last game, one last rapid. Actually, not just one, two rapid, and after that I'll play with subscribers. Let's complete 2300 today. QD7 देखा नहीं. अरे यार, इसके बाद देखता हूँ. QD7 या तुमने तो नाइट टू F6 बोला था ना शायद. You said knight to F6. I'll मैं जा रहा सोने. अरे नहीं नहीं, देखता हूँ. वेट वेट, इसके बाद देखता हूँ. कैसल. Okay, so that's a check. Check. I can take his bishop. Check. Knight check. I can take his bishop. That kind of mistakes I am expecting from my opponents, so I can win. Knight here. Plan is to take this bishop with check. If knight here, I'll still take that bishop with check and then take his queen. So he first need to move bishop and then I'll play queen back. कैसे ये लोग 2200 के रैपिड में बिशप सैक नहीं दिख. पता नहीं यार, देखना पड़ेगा. वो आई थिंक फुल्ली सक्सेसफुल मूव नहीं था, बट लेट्स चेक. Pawn push, so his knight cannot attack my queen, but this knight will attack, so I will play queen to h3. Plan is to just attack his bishop. Well, I move that pawn to defend my knight also. Pawn takes, pawn takes. If knight takes, pawn takes, attack on queen, pawn push. Bishop activation, bishop will play on f4. Pawn push bishop on f4. I think he's playing his bishop here now. But I'll still go for bishop to f4. Knight activates. Queen sits here. Pawn push. I can take that pawn. If pawn double push or bishop goes back is not the option because knight is sitting there. Bishop here, knight here. Take his bishop. Knight takes, and then take this. Knight takes queen. Bishop takes queen. Pawn takes bishop. Rook on f7. Going for that pawn. Okay, I need to play my queen back now. What about queen here? Queen here. Queen will take that pawn. I can make a pawn push attacking knight. I think queen goes back. They're just defending that pawn. And I can double up my rooks now on this open file. Knight goes back. Knight activates forward is also a way to free up my queen. Because now he's just going to do this pawn push. Yeah, knight goes back. Rook here. Knight goes here. He'll do a pawn push. I can place my knight here. Knight takes queen check. Take his knight. And then rook here. Bring my another rook. Pawn push. Pawn push. Knight to d5. Uh, if rook takes, queen takes rook. Rook takes rook, check, and I can take his queen. So that's a plan for placing knight on d5. If we just push this pawn, if we push this pawn, then only I'm going to make those moves. Otherwise, there is no sense of doing that. Okay, now I can play knight to d5, giving him that pawn. Knight to g6. Knight takes knight, pawn takes, and I can go for this check and can defend that pawn. That's the way. And if rook takes, I'll go with the queen takes rook. And if queen takes, that's a check. I can take his queen. So I'll be exchange up. NG6 पे रुक मिलता. Okay. Knight to G6. But why he would that he would take that take my knight. He would just go for the pawn on E6, right? And if knight on G6, he will simply move his rook, and I cannot take his H7 pawn also with queen because that's defended by knight. So that's the error. Okay, nahi, 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 nahi. You are right. I would have taken that free rook. You are absolutely right because that was attack on queen also. Brilliant, brilliant. That was brilliant move, I think. I missed that. You're right. G6, knight to G6. It's a fork on queen on and rook, right? Okay, I missed that. Rook here. Rook here. If queen takes that pawn, that's a check. I can take his queen. So queen cannot go for that pawn, and queen is trapped. I We got his queen. Let's go. Pawn push. I'll simply move my queen away. Should I take this pawn? Take his rook, or just take his queen? Let's take his queen. And attacking rook. So rook goes for that pawn is force, and I can just go for check and take that rook. Let's go. Rook cannot be placed here. Pawn takes it. So he's just giving me knight. Pawn push. I can take his knight then. Let's go. One last game. I'll play with subscribers after this. We played a brilliant move. अरे यार, sorry, I started another game. इसके बाद 100% I'll review. Sorry bro. इतनी fast start होता है ना. I'm just focusing on my target. That's it. अरे नहीं नहीं bro, मत जाओ. अभी करता हूँ इसके बाद 100% I'll review. I'm focusing to go on 23. That's why. Pawn takes. I can take his queen. Or if he moves his knight, I can just take that pawn for free, attacking queen and knight at the same time. And if knight here, bishop takes it. Let's bring rook in game now. Pawn push. Okay, I thought he will take, but anyways, bishop goes back defending that pawn. I can go with the f6. Pawn takes, queen takes, and then e5. Pawn push, pawn takes. Okay, he's just doubling up rooks. I don't want his rooks to get doubled. Attacking his rook, free rook. Now continue with exchange everything. Pawn push, knight takes, rook takes. This is winning. Doubling up rooks, check, and I can take his queen. So that's a check. I'll take his rook because if he takes my queen, that's a check again. And queen takes rook and check again, and I can go for every pawn on the board. That's it. This is the end. I'll not give this pawn also. Now, why not this pawn? Because knight is guarding. Now he cannot take that pawn because if he takes this, that's a check. So maybe now queen push forward, king goes forward, king goes forward. Knight can go for no, no. Take is better. Now just attack his knight, check, and I take that pawn. If I just take his knight also, this is winning. Still double to 9-3. Shit. Chalo. Which game you asked me to review? Let's review that. The game which I lost. This one. Yes. Game review. And you told me to go check for q to d7. जो NG5 चेक हो NG5 NG6 चलते रुक मिलता. ओके हाँ अच्छा हाँ वो पहले तो पुराने वाले गेम में करते हैं ना. Here you were saying कि knight here was the best. Yes, that was the best. Explain why I can't take it. Because take was a mate in one. Whoa. But why still I can't take it? If I just take it, pawn takes it, and pawn is unstoppable. If I take this, rook takes. Okay, that's the same thing actually. We took his rook, but not with queen. Okay. आकाश भाई तुम्हारी रेटिंग कितनी है? चलो. The another game which you told me, g6, knight to g6 na. Okay, knight to g6 was correct move. Best here was knight to g6 because we can get his free rook. That's the way. Got it. ब्रिज 2250 अभी पीक 2400. प्लीज कभी क्या बात है भाई. चलो let's move on to another rapid now. Okay, time to play with subscriber. 2293 हो गया है. It's time to play with subscribers. कौन कौन खेलना चाहता है? Send challenge. I'll accept your challenge. Anything below 5 minutes unrated. रैपिड में भी कितना है? ये दोनों भाई बहन है। बोथ आर प्लेइंग सेम थिंग्स। या फॉर श्योर। 3 pawn. Thank you. I'll get one more. क्वीन मिलती। NC2 मिस। ओके। हाँ राइट। 3 knight. Mate in one. It's a free knight. You're just trying to attack, attack, attack. Let's go. Who's next? आ जाओ। भाई रेटिंग कैसे बढ़ाऊं? मैं भी 900 ऊपर हूँ। बताओ आकाश भाई बताओ इनको। एक एक बार सबके साथ खेल लेते हैं, फिर रिपीटेड गेम्स खेलेंगे। कम ऑन भाई, who's next? Who wants to play? Akash told to play. There was Mohan also in the chat. Seriously, I missed that. वही 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 वही। बिशप यहाँ आता। गुड गेम मोहन। गुड गेम मुस्कान। गुड गेम मोहन। साइको आकाश। क्या हो गया ब्रो? Sure भाई, anyone else want to play? कहाँ गए भाई सब लोग? अभी तो I heard from chat कि आकाश भाई, where are you bro? चलो bro, make a move. वो 3 pawn in 3 pawns in a line. Hmm, fine. Good game, bhai. Good game. Well played, Akash. I'll be back in a half a minute. बजाज भाई आपके यहाँ अभी अभी हेलो हेलो भाई आई एम बैक से खेला क्या खेला भाई गुड गेम बाय द वे चलो भाई कोई और खेलना चाह रहे हैं आ जाओ नहीं चलो देन लेट्स स्टार्ट दी अनदर रैपिड ऑलमोस्ट 2300 ऑलमोस्ट 2300 ठीक है आज हो जाएगा विल क्रॉस 2300 टुडे he can okay I can just take this and place my knight here attacking that pawn and bishop at the Rook takes. Bishop activates here. Rook takes. It's the thing. Maybe bishop back was also the option. If rook takes, now it's a better option. Bishop goes back. Queen to d file, attacking knight. If he moves his knight here, then rook takes. Then bishop takes. Then another rook joins in. Let's see. He just gave that up. Bishop goes back, knight goes here. Threat is mate. And knight goes here is not possible. So I think rook goes back. That's it. Knight sits here, knight goes here, and knight here. So knight here, knight will go here. I just need to make a pawn push. Knight here, I just need to make g3 push. Then he will attack my knight. He's now only attacking my knight. If I just attack his queen now, I can have that pawn. Yeah, attack his queen now. And then knight goes back for exchange and also securing this square. Yeah, queen here, knight goes here. Offering him exchange, and if he plans knight here to avoiding that also at the same time. Now I'll offer him queen exchange, and after that it's winning because we are exchange up. And also if he does the knight exchange, that's winning for us. Let's see how it goes. If I just offer him queen exchange, that will be wrong because he's planning his queen here, so he can go for mate. I can simply go for pawn push, right? Yeah, pawn push. If knight gives check from here, just knight takes it. He played good move, but in wrong sequence. Now doubling up rooks. Rook here, rook here. This knight is guarding very powerfully. Okay, so his plan is very clear. I just need to move my rook forward, forward, so he cannot push it again. And I'll offer him queen exchange now, which he need to take for force. And I can have that pawn also. There is no checkmate threat now. Knight is on the back rank, but still he'll play his knight here. I need to take this pawn. Knight goes for check. King goes forward. Or if even if knight here, I'll offer him exchange. No, I cannot because that's a check and he can take my rook. Okay, first thing is check, and I can take that pawn with knight. And knight here check. I can take his queen as the threat. And also there's a mate option. I don't think there is a mate, but I think I can just double up rooks, and that is winning. Double up rook. Can I sack my knight? Or can I place rook here? Yeah, I can do place rook here. Plan is if he go for pawn push, I can take that pawn, and if he moves his knight, first I can take his rook with check, and then knight check is the plan. Yeah, I think I just need to play my rook here, but knight can take it. No, rook here, knight takes it. Take his knight, pawn takes. Rook here, knight takes. Knight check, rook takes. No, that's little risky. If I just go for pawn push and pawn push, he'll go for this. He cannot go for this check, right? So pawn push and pawn push. He cannot go for this check. Okay. So if I just take his knight and rook takes it, then there is a check with take his knight, rook takes it, check with knight, king goes here. Nothing is happening. If I just attack his queen first, he can go for this check. So what's the right move here? Take his knight is the only right move. Attacking his queen is check. Just take his rook or just go for this check. Queen goes for this check. King goes here. Rook takes, queen takes, queen check. Yep, that's the way. If queen takes, queen check from here and knight here. Okay, so he's challenging. I'll go for pawn push then. Bishop needs to take, and there is a knight check. Arey yaar, that was mate in one actually. No, not in mate, not a mate in one. But now I do have a plan. I can give him check and then knight check. Knight goes here is the right option because he can just place his queen here. Now queen here for check to avoiding that check threat and also defending the pawn. Hello Gulshan bhai, welcome to the stream. आज बहुत लेट हो गया भाई. Check, take that pawn with check. Come on, we can win on time. So let's think. This check, king goes back, or just I think this check. If king tries to go forward, I do have this check. I can take this bishop. If king goes back, there is this check. There is this check, and if king goes back, there is knight. Bishop takes with check, or okay, if we just place here, there is another check. I just need to keep up with the check, and I can win this. Then there is this check. I can just attack his queen because he do not have any another check. He do not have any check with queen. His king is defending both the checks. And continue with the check. King goes here, check from here. Or just a check and offer him exchange. It's a winning. No, that's a poke. Check, I can take his queen. Let's go. नींद आ रही थी यार. Okay भाई. Come on, resign. He wants to lose on time. Let's go 2300. Finally. After a long time. and after playing some brilliant moves. Chalo. If any of the subscriber want to play, they can send challenge. Or should I continue with rapids today? Or should we play blitz? That's it. I think we should play blitz now. If any of you want to play, you can send challenge. Or I think I we achieve target for today. We can end stream also. That's it for today. So chalo, if no one wants to play, then that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please hit that like button and please subscribe this stream. And thank you for your time. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.